Hey, welcome back. And to the new viewers, thank you for joining. Don't forget to subscribe. I don't know why I just said that like that, but please subscribe if you want to. Okay, so in this video, we will be making fitted skirts and matching berets for the fall. I hope I said that right, berets. But here is one of the skirts that I've made. And the beret. I guess you can wear it different ways, but I'll most likely just have mine like this. Here's another one that I made, pink and gray with the matching beret. Okay, so in this video, I will be using a 5mm hook. I hope that y'all can see this. I'm trying to do better with showing things. I have 100% acrylic yarn. I got it from Hobby Lobby. This color is cranberry. This is 810 yards. Okay, I do have a needle for threading and the loose ends, measuring tape. Highly recommend because the pattern that I'll be using is based off of my measurements, and I just measure to fit myself. Scissors and elastic yarn. I do have white. I'm using black because I feel like the black will blend a little bit better with the cranberry versus the white. It'll stick out. I will do my best when I start using an elastic thread. I will do my best to slow down and walk everyone through that. So the pattern that I will be using will have single crochet, half double crochet, magic ring. We'll be doing increasing and decreasing. So again, when we get to those points, I will do my very best to slow down. Please drop in the comments if I go too fast, or if you need me to explain more of what I did. I am very open to help walk through steps, and I'm open to feedback. So I will do my best to make sure the camera's close on the stitching that I'm using so you can see if I'm going through the back loop or front loop. I will do my best. So let's get started. So we will be starting with the slip knot. How I get mine started, I wrap it around, hold it with my thumb. I pull the loop that's over my 2 fingers, go through and grab the string and knot. If I move too fast, rewind the video please. Or I know there's a lot of videos on YouTube to figure out how to do a slip knot. We're gonna start with the chain 15. So with that chain, you're gonna yarn over, pull through, that's 1, yarn over, pull through, that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So I'm doing 15. The green skirt is 15. The pink skirt was 9. I will leave it up to you. I want the high waist look, so I will stay with the 15 chain. So from here, we are going to half double crochet in the second chain from the hook. So not that first one, but this second one. So you're gonna yarn over, go through that second, pull through, yarn over again, pull through. You got your half double crochet. So we're gonna do that to the end. Okay, I've reached the 14th half double crochet. Perfect. This is what you got. So we are making the waistband right now. So this is for the band part, the waistband. So I hope, again, you should have 14. So we are going to chain 1 and turn, and 14 half double crochets back down. Oh, I'm struggling. Me and this yarn got to get used to each other. We got to become more acquainted so we can work together so I can move a little faster. Okay, so I'm just gonna pause here and talk you through it. So from rows 2 to the end of your waistband is just going to repeat the 14 half double crochets, chain 1, turn, 14, chain 1, turn. You're going to repeat that until you get the measurements of your waist unstretched. So you want to measure it to your waist unstretched. So for example, myself, 36 inches. Mine comes out to be about 100 rows. I will meet you all at that very last row. I wanted to review a few things that I forgot to mention. One of them being the use of a stitch marker. I will be using this to keep track of count. So I'll be marking like every 25 stitches to keep track until I get to the 100. I did want to review how I am going through the stitches. So I am going through both of the loops. So if you see the V, I am going under both. So here we go. Yarn over, and I'm gonna go through both of those loops under the V. So again, yarn over and go under the V. See if I can do it from a different angle. Yarn over, go through the V. If you did want a rib look, you can yarn over and just go through the back loop of the V. So this, you are going into the V in the back loop to have a rib look, but what I'm doing, I am going under the V to have this type of effect. I just wanted to follow up with that. I hope that is helpful. And again, I will meet you at the end. Good luck. Welcome back. So I just got done measuring mine. If you did stretch yours out just like to flatten it to measure, that's fine. When I say don't stretch, don't like really pull. So the reason why I recommend not to stretch your work is because you want the band to be big enough to fit around your hips and your butt. Now, if your butt is really big, you may have to play around with numbers so it can fit over your butt. Okay, so now we are going to fold the ends together. That is Annabelle squeaking her toy in the background, you may have heard. So we are going to connect with a single crochet. So I chained 1 and I am going into the very first chain and stitch. You should end up with the same number on each side. We should have about 14. So again, that's Annabelle. So again, single crochet, and we are going under the V and single crochet. So under, chain over, and then pull through. And we're going to do that until the end. Again, it should be the same number on each side. So I will meet you at the end. I will get closer for those who need it. So go through that stitch under both and then go into that corresponding chain, yarn over, pull through, pull through. All right, I'll meet you at the end. We have connected both ends. You have a band now. If you want, you can try to slip this over into your waist to see if it fits. Don't worry about stretching it out because we will be adding the elastic to fit your waist. So if you see, we have like this ridge right here. This is going to be the inside. So once we finish our work, we will, you know, turn it right side out and you won't see it. So this could either be your back. I'm gonna make this the back or the side. So from here, we are going to switch from rows to rounds. So we are going to chain 1. So this is not my favorite part, but we want to go into each of these stitches. So yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and so on. And we are going to make a single crochet in each of these small stitches. So it's the rows. We'll run to, you just have to find where the stitch is. So you can clearly see the rows here, but you have to find the stitch at the end. So you will make 1 single crochet all the way around, and we'll slip stitch once we get back to this end. I am personally going to leave the tail out, so once we start getting down the rounds, it's going to get repetitive. So this is just a nice, this is your ending, or this is where you are point. So again, single crochet in each row, find your stitch, and I will meet you at the end. Coming up on my last few single crochets, and I am going to get that very last space right there, and we are going to slip stitch into the very first crochet that we did. There we go, and pull through. All right, so we have single crochets all the way around. We are going to chain 1 and into that very same, goodness, I don't know why I said sad, but the very same stitch right here, we are going to put a half double crochet to that very same stitch, and we are going to half double crochet all around. So again, half double crochet, yarn over, go under both, up both, and then pull through, yarn over. You see the V's, we're gonna go under both, pull through, yarn over. So okay, I'm back. Had some technical difficulties. So we are still doing half double crochets all the way around. Get this all on the camera. So I will meet you back at the end. So I am back to give a reference. My goodness. Okay. For round 2. So we're half double crocheting in the single crochets that we just made. So yarn over, under both of the V's, and pull through. Okay. So round 3 on out will be the body, aka the length of your skirt. That depends on your desires, how short or how long you want it. I personally will be making 45 rounds. That's about 17 inches, right above my knees. Not too short in the back. If you are packing a lot of junk in the trunk, you probably want a few more rounds just to make sure you're fully covered. And again, you're just doing half double crochets round and round. You can use a stitch marker to help you keep track. I will be using this stringy thing as a point of reference of my start and my finish. No slip stitch, no chain 1, just half double crochet around. So again, I will be making 45 rounds for myself. So again, here we are, yarn over, go under the V's, pull through, yarn over and pull through. We're doing that until your desired length, and I will meet you all at the end. Good luck. Welcome back, everyone. I did 50 rounds and it is 22 inches. It's a little longer than what I anticipated, but that's fine. So I did not do 54, I did 55 because as I was doing it, I seen that it was getting pretty long. So I am finishing up here. Just gonna do my last half double crochet. And then I am going to slip stitch it off. And then I'm just gonna do another loop to close it off and cut. Now, if you want to go around and do a border, that is up to you. I'm personally not gonna do that. I am okay with how the edges look, but if you want to do a border, feel free to do so. If you do a border, you can do slip stitches. That's the best, slip stitches. It might make it a little tighter. So if that is the case, you can do single crochets. Or you can just leave it as I am. So I am gonna weave this in because we don't want it to look uneven. So what I'm going to do is I'm gonna weave it back into that last half double crochet space and tighten it. And then I am going to weave it into from the previous round half double crochet and tighten it to bring it together. And I'm gonna find some space and just weave it in. Again, this will be the inside of my skirt, not the outside. And I think I lost the yarn, so let me get that back in there and pull it through. Now I have been practicing. I don't have my clothing glue up here, but I will dab this with a little clothing glue and then snip it off. We are now to the point that we will be adding the elastic thread around the waist. I know personally mine is stretched out for me putting it on and taking it off. So here's my elastic thread. I got this off of Amazon, and I will be using a brown yarn at the border for the top because I will be adding some brown buttons, and I will show you how to do that if you want to add buttons. I know I didn't mention it in the beginning, but sometimes when I'm crocheting, like, I get these wild ideas. So I'll be adding buttons because I want to see how that will look. In my head, it's a good idea. Okay, so I don't necessarily measure out the elastic thread. I just put it around my waist area. And go from there. And you just want to make sure it stretches. It's gonna stretch. So you don't want it to be too loose because you want it to snap back around your waist. So I'm just gonna measure this out really quickly for those who need the measurements. So this, again, I'm a 36. So I'm gonna cut it down to about 32. Okay, it's at 33, so that's good enough. So I'm just gonna wrap that around me again to make sure that it can stretch. So it does still stretch around me. You don't want it to be too short because we will be tying a knot to connect the ends. So again, I cut mine down to about 32 inches. Now that we have our elastic thread cut, we are gonna tie a few knots. It's okay if it rolls in, like curves in, because again, this stretches. So I don't know why I'm struggling so much doing this. Okay. And I just did 3 knots. And I just have it around the waist area. I will be single crocheting around this. So I'm just gonna go into one of the stitches. And I hope you guys can see this. Okay, so I will just go into one of the stitches, do a quick little slip knot so I can attach the yarn. And then just single crochet around. So you're gonna go into each row like we did towards the beginning when we started, when we ended the waist. And I'm just gonna slip stitch, or I'm sorry, not slip stitch, single crochet around in each row. So this is what it is looking like. Okay, so this is how it is looking. I'll actually get closer to the camera to see if that helps. So go through a row, grab that yarn, pull it under, and pull through again. And it should be hiding the yarn here, or the thread. I apologize, y'all. It's been a long day of work. So once you get to the end, it's gonna feel like the elastic is running out. And all you have to do is stretch it, because that's essentially why we added it, to stretch. So add it in there, and just gonna make sure this is pulled, the tail, and then I will slip stitch through the very first single crochet, cut it off. I'll weave that in. So I counted 10 rows in between, and I did my best to make sure they're all lined up, just to give everyone a visual of what I'm thinking. I hope that they line up evenly. Okay, I am going to use the brown yarn, and I am gonna measure out about 4 inches and just repeat that about 4 times or 3 times, so you can have a total of 4 scrap pieces. Okay, so my thought process is, to make this simple, is we are just going to thread through the holes on both sides and just tie a knot. I'm not a big sewer or anything, so I will be removing the stitch marker. Then I will thread through one end. Okay. And then the other. And I am, we're here, just making sure we're here. Just gonna flip it over and tie some knots. Okay, and it comes out looking like this. So I will repeat that 3 more times. I have finished adding the buttons to my skirt. If you don't like it, you can always cut, remove them. So the skirt is now finished. We will put that to the side and get started on the hat. We'll be starting with the magic ring. If you're not familiar with the magic ring, bear with me. It's not my favorite thing to do. So how I go about doing the magic ring is I wrap the yarn around my finger and have the tail here, and then I am going to wrap around and create an X on this side, and I'm gonna slip that one in. So I'm holding them both with my pinky. So you should have an X on this side and just 2 pieces here. You're gonna take your hook, you're gonna go under, grab, you're gonna twist here, and you're gonna go to that other side and grab that yarn and pull it through. It might take a few tries. Don't be too hard on yourself, but you know that it works when you can pull it smaller with the tail that you originally had. And then from here, we will chain 2, 1, 2, and that will count as the first double crochet, and we will be making a total of 12 double crochets. So for my sanity, I do use a stitch marker in that very first double crochet, the chain that we made, just to remind me where I started. So do your 12 and I will meet you back. So you should just be able to pull your tail to tighten your circle, your magic ring, and we will be slip stitching into the 3rd chain. So the first double crochet, the chain 3, you're gonna slip stitch into that very first chain to complete, and then chain 2, and this is what you will have. This tail, we'll worry about the tail towards the end. So now we will increase in every single to every single stitch, sorry. So we have a total of 12, so you will end with 24 double crochets. So I'll start with the 1 here, and then that same one, I'm gonna add another one. That is an increase, so we have 2. Then you're gonna move on to the next one, yarn over, go under both these, and then get your first double crochet, and then go back for your next one. So again, you will be increasing in every stitch, all 12, and you will end up with 24 double crochets. I'll see you at the end. So I am on my last 2, 23 and 24. I'm gonna slip stitch to that chain and chain 2. So now we will increase in every other. So we have 1, and then increase into the 2nd. And then you have 3, and increase into the 4th. 5 and increase into the 6th. You will do that in every other stitch. I am finishing up on the 3rd round, and you should have 35 stitches and you should end on an increase. And I am slip stitching into that chain that we made. We're on chain 2. So with this part, with round 4, you will increase in every 3rd stitch. Increase in our 3rd one. And then increase into the 6th one. I will meet you at the end. I am just finishing up on this very last increase. I ended on an increase again. I will slip stitch. I don't know. I did not count how many stitches for this one. I will not count for this. If you want to count and drop it in the comments, sharing is caring. So we're going to chain 2. For rounds 4 through 10, you will continue increasing. So for round 4, you're increasing every 4th stitch. Round 5, every 5th, 6th, every 6th stitch, and so on and so on. You will slip stitch into that chain and chain 2. Reminder that chain 2 does not count as the 1st stitch. That was only for the very 1st round. So again, increasing in every row in that equivalent number. So round 4, the 4th stitch, round 5, the 5th stitch, slip stitch, chain 2, and continue. You will end with a total of 10 rounds. I just wanted to clarify a few things. I misspoke earlier. So when you chain 2 in the beginning, you will double crochet in the next stitch, not the same stitch. However, when you come to the end of that round, you will end your double crochet in that chain 2. So you'll chain 2 here, but not here. Also with the increase stitch, so we ended on round 4 and we increased on every 3rd stitch. So in round 5, you increase in every 4th, round 6, every 5th, round 7, every 6th, and so on and so on. I did misspoke and I do apologize. So I am completing round 12. Row and round, it gets me. So I'm completing my double crochet of round 12. So for rows 13 through 15, we will be decreasing. So in row 13th, we'll decrease in every 9th stitch, row 14th in every 8th stitch, and row 15th every 4th stitch. Let's walk through how to decrease. So let's get our 9 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, pull some more. That was 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and in the 9th row. So what I am going to do is yarn over, go through the under the V's, pull through, and you're going to pull through 2, leaving you with 2. You're going to yarn over again and go into that next stitch. You're going to pull through 2, and then you're going to pull through the last 3. And then we're going to crochet 9 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, yarn over, go through, pull through 2, leaving 2, yarn over, go through the next stitch, pull through 2, leaving 3, and pull through the rest. So that's how you decrease. So again, row 13 every 9th, 14 every 8th, and 15 every 4th. So I will meet you all at the end of row 15. I've completed round 15, and I will chain 1 because we will be using single crochets for rows 16 through 19. So the next 4 rows, 16 through 19, we'll just be doing single crochets all the way around, and that will be the end of the beret. So get your 4 rows of single crochets. Actually, I am switching colors so I can show how I transition if anybody would like to watch that. So I did just unravel quite a bit, put that double crochet back. Okay, so I went in as I would slip stitch. I am going to slip knot really quick my brown, and I will just complete my slip stitch with the brown. Okay, and then I am going to gotta get this out the way. Okay, I will chain 1 and then single crochet around. So 4 rows single crochet. You are working to round, I know I said row, but round 19. If you would like to do more, that is totally up to you, but I personally would just be doing the 19. I got to my 4th round of single crochets, and now I am going to just weave in all of the loose ends. So again, for me, you can, however you weave in, if you have a better way to weave in, please let me know. I'm always open to feedback, but I always go to that previous stitch to get a tighter look, and I'll be weaving in everything on the outside with the magic ring tail because I want this I want this to be my outside. Just make sure you pull it close, like tighten it. Don't pull it too tight that you break it, because if you do, I have no idea how to fix that. So for the magic ring, I find it easy if you find the end of it. That's Annabelle again. She says hello if you hear the squeaker in the back, and just go through and tighten it. And I like to, because no one sees this side. So if you go across the little opening, that's very non-existent, but I like to just tighten it around, and then I normally just I am not a pro at weaving in. I just make it work, and then I just go around and just, yeah. So this is just for the magic ring. Again, if you have a better method, drop it in the comments, and then just clip off. So finish weaving off. All right, great work. We have made it to the end. So I have my skirt completed, and then I have my beret. I really like how the colors came out with my beret. I'm really excited to wear this. I hope that you like how your set turned out. Thank you so much for tuning in. Always drop comments. I'm open to feedback. If you need help with anything, just drop it in the comments and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. I appreciate everyone for watching and being very patient with me. This is only my second video, so my goal is to get better on explaining things better. So again, thank you, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Okay, so this is how the skirt looks on me. I did remove the buttons because when I put them on, they were not in a straight line anymore. If you got yours on and they're still in a straight line, good for you. Drop it in the comments because I don't know what I did wrong. They were fine when I didn't have it on. Anyway, but this is the skirt. This is the fitting. I might take it in a little bit more, add more elastic thread around the waist to make it a little tighter, especially for the back. But I do like it. I hope that yours turned out the way that you wanted it to, and if not, try again. But again, thank you.